I closed my eyes and suddenly found myself bathed in a brilliant white light. When I opened them, I was someone else entirely, experiencing a past life that shattered everything I thought I knew. What I learned from that journey was a powerful message from the universe that changed me forever. Hello, wise ones. Welcome to Mindset with Kiki. Today I'm going to be sharing my personal past life regression experience. And this is coming from someone who is a hypnotherapist, but who also gets hypnotized. This is a very powerful experience, and I received a message from the universe. And I'm also going to talk about my beliefs around reincarnation and around the whole concept of life between lives. So stick around so you can find out more. Reincarnation, the belief that the soul returns to the body, dates back thousands of years. It appears in ancient Hindu texts, was embraced by Greek philosophers, and is central to Buddhism and Jainism. Even early Christians debated it before it was later suppressed. Across cultures, this belief reflects a timeless quest to understand the nature of life and death and an eternal soul. Let's get into it. So however you want to see reincarnation and past life regressions is up to you. Maybe you see it as a dream, or maybe you see it as your soul really visiting your past lives. That's entirely up to you. As for me, I do believe in reincarnation and I do believe in past lives. So my experience with the past life regression was very deep and profound in a lot of ways. The past life regression hypnosis started by leading me down into a very relaxed state, and then through memories of my current life, and then through the life between lives, the white light, and into my past life that happened before this one. It was a very, very eye-opening experience and a very emotional experience, and I received a very important message from the universe. I began at age 16. As she led me back through my memories, I recalled horseback riding from my birthday, a magical, majestical experience in memory. Then she led me back even further. I was 5 years old, remembering the birth of my sister, a moment of pure joy, walking through the hospital with my dad, climbing into bed with my mom and newborn sister. These memories felt more vivid than dreams. I could feel everything. I could smell the air, feel the air. I could see things in a way that was very vivid and real, as though I could just touch them. Next, I traveled through a bright white light, and it was the life between lives. It was blissful, it was relaxing and peaceful, and in some ways it felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. And so my guide had me walk through and step into my next destination, and I looked down at my feet, and I had old-fashioned shoes from the 1800s and a long buttoned-up skirt and a collared shirt and a wide-brimmed hat. And so I definitely was from the 1800s. And then I noticed I was looking around and I was at a horse track race. So I was with a lover or a friend. She was a little more edgy than me. She had black clothes, flowers in her hair, and she was very, very flirtatious. And we were hanging out and eating cherries and betting on horses, something I've never done in my current life. But, you know, that's what I did in my past life, I guess. And so then my guide led me back even further in that past life. And I was at a candy shop, and I was with a man who was, I think, courting me, wanting me to fall in love with him and buying me things and just making me feel really special. And then I got led back a little further in this life, and I was a midwife. And I was in a room, a big wooden room with a giant bed in the middle, and I was delivering my granddaughter. So my daughter was giving birth, and I was delivering the baby, who was my granddaughter. And so it was like it was still very old-fashioned. The lights were all candles, And we were all dressed in those old clothes, like old-fashioned clothes. And then my guide led me through a little further back, and I was an old woman sitting in a chair, and my granddaughter had her head on my lap, and the room was filled with my family members, and I could tell that they were all gathering and maybe hadn't all been together in a long time, and there was a feeling of like love and gathering and just being together in this room. And so it was a really good feeling, but I could tell that I was much older, like an old lady. And so my granddaughter eventually led me to the bed, and I pulled up the covers over me, and it felt very comfortable and relaxing. And I could tell that everyone was starting to surround the bed, and they were very sad, and that I was going to be passing on to the next life after that. And in that moment, I had a very big epiphany, with surrounded by all that love and the people who love me, and you could just feel the energy in the room. It was like the emotion was vibrating around the entire room. And so even though I was passing on as an old woman, I didn't feel sad. I felt so much love and joy, and almost like this confidence, knowing that everything was going to be okay, and that I was going to meet these people again in another lifetime, because we traveled together as family through these lifetimes. And so my profound, answer from the universe that was given to me from this experience was that really what's important in life is love. Not the things that you buy, not all the petty things, not all the little things, not all the superficial things, not, worrying about this or that, but love. The people that love you, the way you love yourself, your love for life, your love for everything. This was such a amazing and just profound, wisdom from the universe that I really felt an epiphany in that moment. And this is why I believe that past life regressions are such an important type of hypnosis, because you can access this part of your inner mind that is so wise. It's like we all have access to this part of ourselves that is connected to the universe, and we all have a deep inner wisdom and a higher self, and we have access to these memories and experiences that make us so wise. Although I was led through this past life regression, and it was a purposeful past life regression, I will say that you can enter past lives through meditative and hypnotic states that are not purposefully guiding you that way. I've had it myself where I was getting hypnosis done for claustrophobia, and I led myself into a past life to fix that trauma and to help that trauma. And I myself have done it on clients where I'm just leading them through a hypnosis session to get answers from their inner mind, and they end up taking themselves back into a past life. So it's possible to go to a past life without purposefully taking yourself there. And it's not scary. It's actually very nice and relaxing, and it feels good to let go of those limiting beliefs. It feels good to know that there is this wisdom inside of you that can help you through the things that you need help with. I mean, of course, like, we want to do our research, we want to learn from others, but deep inside of you, you know the answer to what your limiting beliefs are. You know the answer to your healing. You are the one who does the healing. And things like hypnosis and meditation and self-hypnosis can help you to heal those parts of yourself and to access your inner mind and your higher self. And so lying there, in that past life, I did begin to pass on. I went through the white light. It was soft. It was blissful. And And I was ready to move on, and there was light shining, and it was warmth, and it just felt really good and really nice to be released into this very blissful state. There's a renowned hypnotherapist, Dr. Michael Newton, who studied life between lives, the soul's realm between incarnations. His clients describe peaceful healing and sometimes sacred experiences in white light and soul gatherings. Many felt reverence and reluctance to share these metaphysical experiences, sensing that they're very sacred. And so Dr. Newton's approach was to ask open questions, not to guide or suggest. He would say things like, "Where are you? What do you see?" And that's also how I conduct hypnotherapy. I ask, listen, and I allow the inner mind to lead, because we are all so wise deep down inside. Sometimes you just have to quiet the chitter chatter. I've guided many clients through past life regressions, deepening my belief in reincarnation and soul journeys. I believe we travel with soul groups, meeting through different lifetimes and connecting across time. Believe what resonates with you. Believe what works for you, because that is where you will heal. The easiest, the best is by just working with your belief system. And so you don't have to accept everything, but remember this: you are love and you are eternally wise. Thank you for joining me today. If something resonated with you in this video, please share it in the comments below. I read them all and I will try to reply as well. If you're on your own healing journey, please hit subscribe and join our circle of wise ones, wise souls. And I'll be posting more videos related to hypnotherapy, affirmations, meditation, and everything mindset. I'm grateful that you're here, and until next time, keep meditating and keep loving yourself.